Leaving Shark, we continue pushing off towards Shem. There are many threats lurking in the swamp, and we've been fortunate so far not to run into any. Hopefully our luck will continue until we make our way out. If we're fortunate, it's only about a day's walk from here to Shem. Once we're there, the construction of Burntopia will continue. If you're enjoying the content, please remember to subscribe. As well, if there's anything I can do to improve, please let me know in the comments. However, as we continue out west, we notice on the map that there's another small village, so we start heading in that direction to check it out. The village appears to be some sort of gang hideout for the hounds, so instead of approaching, we just continue moving on, rather than potentially get into a fight with the whole gang. By next morning, we've almost made our way out of the swamp. However, we get attacked by some group of bandits we've never seen before. It appears this was a Shek bandit group called the Band of Bones. There's not many of them though, and our warriors are more powerful, so we take them out relatively easily. Thinking we defeated them all, we began moving out, only to find out that there are still many more of them still lurking. Quickly moving our healers out of the way, so they don't get caught in the mix, and then we prepare for battle once again. They managed to catch us off guard with this ambush, but they were still quickly taken out. After the bandits are defeated, we do a quick healing session before moving out once again. We're a little bit injured after that fight, but we're almost to the desert, and once we get there, we're basically at the home stretch, back to Burntopia. Finally in Shem, it's only a short distance from here to Burntopia. If only we can avoid the big things, we should be safe. That would be too good to be true though, and we're just not that lucky. We can handle a couple big things though. They're strong, but if there's only two of them, we should be able to take them out. Geez, you really shouldn't underestimate these deathbirds. Even if there being only two of them, they managed to take out the majority of our army. At least they managed to provide us with some food as we heal. At least this time we actually have sleeping bags to make up a proper camp, so we should be able to heal quicker than normal. We spend the night resting up and recovering, and once our injuries are healed, we're ready to move on again. By morning, we pack up camp and head off once again. We're almost to Burntopia. Once we cross this hill, we should be able to see the nomad village, which is just on the other side of our city. But it appears that there's a squad of bandits in front of us, and it seems like we won't be able to get around them, so we have no choice but to confront them. These are just a bunch of hungry bandits though, and they're incredibly malnourished. We shouldn't have any problem taking them out. Our only warriors who are struggling would be the new companions who were just recruited before this journey. They haven't had nearly enough time to train as everybody else. However, that's fine. I plan to make most of them laborers once we get to Burntopia. Stubborn was the first one to go down, and he was the last one we recruited. He remains stubborn as always, refusing to be useful. Wrapping this fight up, we try to quickly heal and continue moving on. We're very close to Burntopia and we can't linger here outside very long, otherwise bandit patrols will keep coming through and attacking us. That doesn't mean we'll let the survivors just crawl away, though. They started this fight, and we're gonna finish it. After the fight, we carry on. We're just outside the Nomad village, so we might as well just make it all the way. And as soon as we cross the Nomad village, Burntopia is right on the other side. The Nomads are really big into selling trade animals, which is perfect for us as we're hoping to get a pack bull someday once we get enough money. That way it'll make selling stuff a lot easier. Anyways, we finally arrived at Burntopia and we start taking stock of what we brought. Straight away though, we start sending our people to go mine. Our biggest priority now is getting a food source made, as well as getting our walls up. That way we can start defending ourselves. We brought cactus with us this time so we can start a farm. It'll be a much better crop to produce food rather than the green fruit. By nighttime, we start construction on our walls, and this will be the pillar of our defense, because without them, we won't be able to control which way we get attacked. It'll likely take several days to complete these walls, and until then, we're vulnerable to attack. However, we've got no choice. We have to keep pushing through and try to build them as quickly as possible. We have everyone working around the clock to try to make this happen. In the morning of the next day, we get attacked by a group of beak things. I can't wait until we have these walls. That way we can finally control some of these attacks. We send one of our companions to finish off and then skin these beak things. That way they can't come back to attack us. Plus, every bit of food helps right now. However, even though we managed to take out the beak things, they still did injure our companions. And with each injured companion, it's just going to increase the time it takes to build this wall. We bring those who need immediate attention back to the beds. That way they can heal while the rest go back to work. We also started construction on a couple buildings, but in hindsight this probably wasn't the best idea as it was just taking resources away from our walls. As construction continues, another squad of the Band of Bones comes at us from behind. They're no match for us though, and they've come onto our land, so they need to leave. The attacks are pretty constant though here. We need to get these walls up ASAP. After things settled down, we decided to build a few extra stone processors. This way we can build construction materials quicker. And with that, we're able to finish construction on the building. We'll utilize this one primarily for bed space as well as cages. That way we can start recruiting some people that are attacking us. We also start adding a few extra buildings to make it feel more like a town. However, again, in hindsight, I feel like this was a bad idea as this just took longer to build the walls because we were using resources for these buildings instead. But at least Burntopia was starting to look more like an actual city versus just a desert wasteland. And with that, at this point, everyone just starts focusing on construction, building the materials that we need, and then healing up any injuries that we accrue along the way. By nighttime, we were visited by a new group of people we've never seen before. However, these people didn't seem very happy that we were here. Look, I know this city is brand new and still under construction, but I can't believe they called it a shithole. We're not going to take that. We slowly start moving in while they continue talking shit about us. There is a lot of them though, and they appear well armed. This might be Arteba's fight, but we're not going to take this shit talking though. Thankfully they spent so long yakking we were able to get everyone close in, ready for the attack. As soon as we start attacking though, they run in another direction. Do they have some other objective we don't know about? Are they heading to loot our house? We can't let that happen. This might even work in our favor as they've cornered themselves into that little shack. This fight's quickly turned into a cluster as we're all jammed into this little shack. Hopefully we can pull out from this okay. have our cages built, so maybe we can even recruit some of these people to our side. They do seem like good fighters. It also wouldn't hurt to get our hands on some of their armor or weapons. It seems like they have pretty decent swords. As the fight continues, we start looting their bodies and taking their weapons. That way, in case any of them wake up, they won't have any weapon to fight back against us. After the fight's over, we loot the ninjas and then tend to our wounds. Once we're all squared away, we start bringing the ninjas back over to the cages. They were a formidable force, and we hope to recruit a few of them to our side. And that's where I'll leave things off for today. We got a lot of progress done. We finally made it back to Burntopia, and made some significant progress on construction. As well, hopefully we got some new recruits coming. Find out what happens next time in part 17. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.